Well, here we go again. Hi everyone, I hope you're all safe. This is pre-recorded on Monday the 23rd of March and it's another one in my series of something that we haven't got a good name for yet. Something as catchy as carpool karaoke, but when you're not in a pool, you're in a car on your own and you're not singing karaoke. Any ideas? Anyway, this is going to be a nice one for me today because it's all about my George, and he's still there, look. If I'd planned ahead here, I would have bought different books and different t-shirts. I could have put 10 t-shirts on and just had a different one, so it looks like I'm filming them all on a different day, but I'm not. I'm doing a little stockpile of videos so that I've still got some to show you when we're potentially on lockdown, which it looks as though that's going to happen. Anyway, so there's the clue. This is all about my George. I'm in an area of Liverpool known as Wavertree. I'm going to do this in little bits again, but one of the things I wanted to show you is something I really love, so I'm going to turn the camera around and tell you a little bit about the early days of George Harrison. So here we go. The streets are all still pretty busy, but I wanted to show you Wavertree Town Hall because the motto of the town hall I think is really so apt. There it says sub umbra floresco, and not that I'm fluent in Latin, although I did study it in my convent school. That actually translates as I flourish in the shade. And what better motto for George Harrison. That's just absolutely fitting for him. The Cock and Bottle next door. A lovely family live who, or the lovely family run, who live in Arnold Grove, which I'm going to take you to in a moment, with the tiny smallest house next door. But back to the town hall. This is where George's birth was registered. We all know that the birth was a bit dubious. We're not quite sure whether it's the 24th or 25th, and if you said to George Harrison happy birthday on the 24th, he'd say it's not till tomorrow, and if you said it on the 25th, he'd say you missed it. Something to do with the clocks being daylight saving during the war, and he was born around midnight, so we can all look into that story. I've said before, I'm not going into great detail on these. It's just a nice little chat around Liverpool and a chance to check in and say hello. But that building is where George's birth was registered, and his father Harold, he turned up at the town hall and went back to his wife Louise, literally around the corner, and he said, okay, I've named our son. And she said, well, that's nice, but we didn't have a discussion, what have you called him? And the dad said, George. And she said, well, that's a very nice name, but why did you call him George? He said, if it's good enough for the King of England, it's good enough for our boy. And a lot of my family are called George. It's a real family traditional name. So to my dad, George, hello, and to my daughter, Georgie, hi. So here we go. This is the corner of Arnold Grove. Excuse my windscreen. Here you go. Arnold Grove. Unadopted. Everybody asked me a million times what unadopted means, but it just means that the street was owned by a private landlord and he was responsible for all his own road sweeping and things. And I'm going to zoom in on George's house, which is number 12. So it's the one to the left of the blue car, and that's where little George Harrison was born on the 24th or 25th of February 1943, which makes him the baby of all the Beatles. And he lived in this house until he was 6 years old, when he moved to the Speke area of town, to Upton Green, and just a few streets away from Paul McCartney. It's a 2 up 2 down house. I always love the old what do you call them, the telegraph pole there. A 2 up 2 down house, and it's when George was born it didn't have a bathroom, it just an outhouse in the backyard, so pretty basic, but that's how much of the working class of Liverpool lived, including all of my families. And that was a step up from what they'd been used to, living in courthouses with 1 toilet and 1 running tap between about 6 families, and they were big families then as well. So there you go. There's my little bit about George. Of course you'll get more detail than that on the tours, but it's just nice to get out in the sunshine and tell you a little bit about these places and hope that you enjoy them. So this was pre-recorded on Monday the 23rd of March 2020, and I hope you're all staying safe and well and positive and staying in. Thank you everyone, see you all soon, hopefully live. I don't mean alive, I mean a live broadcast. I'm fine. Bye.